Hi, I'm Dylan Black. You know what? There's a food waste problem right here in Canada, in case you didn't know that. And I believe that's one of the reasons why she created Foodsharing Ottawa. Her name is Carolin Ross. Hello, Carolin.
Hey, it's so nice to meet you.
It's wonderful to have you here because we are going to basically stop wasting food because of you.
Nice.
Is it that
That would
bad
be
of a
the dream.
problem? Is it a major problem here in Canada?
It is actually not just in Canada, all over the world actually, yes.
Yeah.
So if you consider that all the food what gets produced in the world, half of it gets wasted.
Half.
At some point in the cycle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the main contributors to food waste? Why are we wasting so much food?
It has different reasons. So it's a lot of gets wasted in private households. It's 50%. Then we have some gets wasted in retail, 10%. Then another 10% gets wasted in restaurants and in hotels.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have it when the food gets transported to the different locations, on farms, pretty much everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So when did you create Foodsharing Ottawa?
That was in the beginning of last year.
Wow. So not too long ago.
Not too long ago.
So we're just getting off the ground here.
That's right.
And what's the main reason, the main purpose you would say, when you're thinking back a few years back and you wanted to create this, why did you create it?
It is because there are a lot of causes which worth to fight for, but I think food waste is one which doesn't get much attention just yet. So it's just coming up, and when we talk about food waste, like I brought some examples here,
okay.
People think about the moldy stuff what's in your bin, right, at home in your organic bin, but it's actually not. Like, this is food waste. It's literally food we rescued last week, and it looks perfectly fine. Like, it is still edible.
So where would you have rescued this food? I've never heard of food being rescued.
That's right.
Makes sense.
So we call it rescue because we literally rescue it from the bin. So we are jumping in the process when a store, for example, decides that they can't sell it anymore, and then it has to go somewhere, right? So right now, most of them just throw it out. And that's where we come in. So we pick it up and we distribute it again amongst the community or to charities. And other places who can actually use it. Okay,
so I can understand how maybe fruits and vegetables might be perishable after a while, they will rot or moldy. What about the packaged foods? I mean, why did, I'm not sure exactly where you got those, but why were they considered no good anymore?
Because they are past the best before date.
Okay, so are you a believer in best before dates?
Not at all.
You know what, I'm not either, and I don't mean to cause a stir here either, but sometimes I believe best before dates are created just so consumers will go out and buy more.
Right.
Am I on with that, or should I not say that?
Right. I say all I can tell you is that when the companies put on the date as the best before date, or they're also the sold by dates, or the all those dates.
Freshest by dates.
That's right, those things. So there's not really a procedure behind it. There are no rules whatsoever. So they can pretty much put everything on what they want.
Okay.
Like, they call it online, it's like the Wild West of dates.
Okay.
So the more products the company sells, the more profit they make, right? So the sooner the date, the more they sell.
Ooh, this is controversial, for sure. But I am a believer. I mean, I'm one of those guys, like, if it's a few weeks over, like, if it doesn't look or smell terrible, like, there's probably still good use in it.
That's right.
And I start wondering, too, because when I was a kid growing up, there was never best before dates on pop cans or you know, any kind of cans, like, and all of a sudden there are. And
that's right.
You know, so maybe it's because of what you're mentioning. I'm sure there's a health reason as well, but...
Well, they say that the product is in the best shape at that date, right, before that date. So they say that they can guarantee that it tastes the best when you eat it before that date. But there are products like breadcrumbs or like tea. If it's over...
How does that go bad? I mean, honestly, unless it's 10 years over the date or something like that. Okay, so how exactly do you work then?
So we are right now a team of 20 volunteers, and we actually try to jump in the different cycles where the food gets wasted. Okay. So first we try to raise awareness that this is actually an issue, and we are educating private households on what they can do to actually prevent food waste. So what can you do at home to minimize your own food waste? We work with stores and restaurants to actually jump in before they throw it out. So we pick it up, like those things we picked up last week. And we work with farms to go in there too. So when they have things laying on the field, what they can't use anymore for whatever reason, maybe the season is over, or there can be so many different reasons, then we go there and we actually clean up the field.
Really? Wow. So how many people do you have on board helping you?
20 right now.
20, okay. And that seems like a big job for just 20 people, cleaning up farmer fields and stuff like that. It's dirty work.
We are growing, and we are hoping to get as many people on board as possible, yes.
Okay. So if a business does jump on board with you, what are the main benefits for the business?
The main benefits is pretty much that we take care of everything. So the business does not have to worry. We are the only thing what they need to do is they just take the food and they put it somewhere on the side. And we come, we pick it up, and we distribute it in Ottawa.
How would a private household get in touch with you? Like, how would you help them?
Well, we have a homepage called Foodsharingottawa.com. So on that homepage, there are a lot of tips for private households, how they can minimize their own food waste. Like it's about fridge management, about cupboard management. How do you go grocery shopping? What can you do with all the food what doesn't look that nice anymore? Right? You can do like food preservation and all those things.
Probably simple stuff too, like things that should be common knowledge, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you know, I think the biggest part, or people could already do a lot if they would just pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention to their own food waste and actually look, what do I throw out and how much is it? And if they, you know, you're stuck in your routine and you just do things automatically all the time. You buy that lettuce every time when you go to the grocery store, and probably 50% of the time you throw it out.
Exactly.
That's
yeah,
right.
It's so true, and I know I've said that in the past too. I'm a big believer in having less in the house. I mean, I'm just a single guy living on my own, but you know, I just think less is more sometimes.
That's right.
Right.
Just go one more time grocery shopping. Go twice a week or 3 times a week instead of doing once a month.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, Foodsharingottawa.com is the place to go.
Yes.
You're saving the world. You know that, right?
I try.
She's happy about that. I don't blame her. Thank you very much, Carolin Ross, for being here today. Food Sharing Ottawa. Style guy Fraser Tripp joins us next with some lovely models on set right here on Daytime.